Hello, Shanta. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Yes, I'm doing well as well. Thank you for asking.
And where are you joining us from?
I'm joining from Karnataka.
Okay, great. So, Shanta, I just saw that this is your first session with EnglishYaari,
That's right.
right? And you haven't taken a demo session or anything.
No, this is my
All
first
right.
session.
So you directly joined the session. All right. So let's make this a combined session where
Yeah,
I'll tell you a little bit about how the platform works. We will evaluate you a little bit on the scale of communication, and then I will let you know what is going to be the course of action ahead.
sure.
Okay. All right.
So,
So, Shanta, to begin with, we are going to introduce ourselves to each other to know and understand better why we are here on the platform. All right. So, can you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
sure. So, as you know, my name is Shantha. I'm joining you from Karnataka. I'm a TEFL certified spoken English trainer. I used to work as a freelancer for one of the platforms. After that, I tried my hand in content creation. So, as of now, I run a YouTube channel. So, it's been around 2 years where I
Mm-hmm.
provide free sessions to learners. We have conversations like the one we're having right now. So, I
Okay.
record my sessions and post them on my channel. So,
Okay.
that's what I do. And other than that, I'm a full time mom. So that's pretty much about me.
Okay. So, why this shift from a trainer? You started a YouTube channel. Why this shift exactly? Did you want to reach to a larger audience, or did you feel that it was the time which was creating some restraint?
Honestly speaking, there were multiple factors. One is I wanted to be my own boss. The second thing is I was fascinated with creating content for YouTube. The third thing I would say utilizing my time according to myself, where I don't have to give an explanation to anybody, working at my own free will. So
Right.
that's what fascinated me. And I've seen learners record the sessions and upload on their YouTube channel. So I thought, let me have one of my own and let's see how it goes. So
Okay.
these are the factors which made me, start a YouTube channel. So it's been 2 years now and I'm pretty content with whatever I'm doing. I don't train people anymore. I'm just doing YouTube.
Brilliant. And when you said that you've also worked on content creation, right? Not
Yes.
on YouTube, otherwise. I think when you were a trainer, correct?
No, I didn't work on content creation when I was a trainer, but I had seen learners like record my sessions and upload on their YouTube channel.
Okay, okay. And you wanted to follow suit. All right, that's
Yes.
great. Okay, Shanta, let me quickly introduce myself and then we'll get on with the session. Okay, so my name is Rashi and I completed my MBA in HR in the year 2010. So, post that, I worked in the corporate for 6 years as an HR manager. And for the past little over 10 years, I've been associated with teaching and training across various online and offline platforms. And currently, I'm joining you from Mumbai, and it's been a little over 1.5 years since we moved here. All right.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So,
Okay. So,
Shant,
yeah.
uh, tell me a little bit more about why this particular platform. Do you also intend to work on certain areas, or is it solely for the purpose of uploading the videos? What is the long term goal here?
I am doing the session as part of a paid promotion for my channel. So that's the first thing. Second thing, I believe there's always room for improvement. So what's best than learning from tutors like you? So yeah, one of the reasons. Yeah.
And yes, I completely agree because I have had so many times when the learners tell me that if they take a break for
Yeah.
2 to 3 months, they find it very difficult to bounce back, to get back to the fluency. So,
True.
and I just keep telling them that it's not just with you, it happens with the best of us. If we stop talking, if we take a break for, say, around a week or 10 days, the 11th day is definitely the toughest. And then you take time to get back to the drill, right?
That's right.
Okay, so Shanta, let's make this session a little bit about knowing you a little better. Okay.
Sure.
Before that, do you have any questions on how will the platform be working, or what will be the way of moving around in the on the platform or in the video? Do you want any clarity on that?
I don't think so because I've seen a lot of videos of EnglishYaari on YouTube. So I don't
Right.
think I have any queries as of now.
Okay, perfect, great. So let's know you a little bit better. All right. So tell me more about your educational qualification.
Sure. I have completed my computer science engineering way
Mm.
back in the year 2008. So after
Okay.
that, I worked in the IT industry for a couple of years. So that's my educational qualification. My highest level of education is BE.
Okay. And the training that you were providing was
Yes.
nothing related to this area.
No, it wasn't. No. I was training people for spoken English.
Spoken English. So let's talk a little bit about that. What brought that change or what brought that idea into your mind?
Sure. I was trying my hands on different things. See, after working for a couple of years in the IT industry,
Mm.
then I stopped working. I had kids, I was busy raising them. So once they got into school, I was thinking, now what? Because I have 3 or 4 hours in hand. So, how to utilize this constructively? I always wanted to be financially independent. So that's when I started trying my hands on different things. I did like different things like work from home jobs, uh, telecalling, etc., etc. A lot of them. Then tried teaching. Let's go for teaching because it gives the liberty to work during your free time. So I worked with different platforms. I started applying.
Mm.
Later, I saw this trend of people having conversations, having their own channel. So let's try this. It seems a little bit attractive. So let's see how it works for me. So that's how I
Absolutely.
started YouTube.
So, as a trainer, you must have dealt with various categories and various levels of students, right? So,
Yes.
what was the most challenging part as a tutor, from one tutor to another? What is your most challenging part?
Challenging part. I don't think I found something like challenges. It was about training people, that's it. They
Hmm.
belong to different levels of English. So I think
Right.
every person had their own different challenges, like not remembering words, not able to frame proper sentences, or
Hmm.
focusing too much on their mistakes, and a lot more. So I was just correcting their mistakes, providing feedback on how they can improve, how they
Hmm.
can incorporate vocabulary, how they can remember them, and how to maintain consistency.
Hmm.
So all of these things, I think, these are the challenges almost all learners face, no
Not
matter their
a learner,
level.
as a tutor, what were your challenges?
While training people, I think, the feedback, whatever feedback we were giving them, so I think they were habitual of making the same kind of mistakes from a lot of time.
Hmm.
Maybe they were used to speaking the same way, and whatever feedback we were giving, I didn't see it applying in the further sessions. So I wasn't noticing any progress in them. So that was one of the challenge. And I worked briefly for about 6 to 8 months. That's it. So I did not have a lot of experience in training people, but that is one thing. And as a trainer, I think, not utilizing my time completely because we have some free slots just like that and they're not being utilized. So that was one of the challenge for me personally. But
Because you
other
were
than
ready to give the time, but there was absolutely no one to make use of it.
that, true, true. Yes. And we have some limitations given the platform that we are working with. We cannot work at our own free will. So that was
Right.
one of the challenges as well. Yeah.
Okay. And because you mentioned feedback, the a couple of times, not always, but a couple of times I have come across issues where the learner is not very open to feedback, especially if it's a critical feedback, if it is not so positive, more of a constructive nature. So I did feel them getting a little offended or going on the defensive foot because they were not very open to accepting this kind of feedback. So, did you ever feel or face any such issues while teaching, or maybe online, offline, wherever, whenever? Yeah, or maybe even when you were in the corporate, in the IT sector, you were trying to give a feedback to someone, but it was not taken very positively.
When I was a tutor, I don't remember of any instance where a person felt offended for the feedback I was giving them. So I think
Hmm.
some trainers, it happens with some trainers. It also depends on the way we give the message. And I,
Okay.
I didn't find any learner feeling offended for the feedback that I was giving them. Because when a learner joins, it is for learning. It is
That,
for taking feedback and working upon themselves. So that thing while training, I did not find it. But when I was working in the IT, I was a learner because I was new to the industry. I just completed my graduation, so I was taking a lot of training and working towards it. But I think in personal life, people feel offended when you try to correct them. But while teaching, so I don't think so.
I think that is like a prerequisite that if you come as a learner, you need to be open to feedback. Otherwise, the entire session just doesn't solve the purpose, right? And when you said that you were in the IT sector and you were still learning, you were getting trained yourself, we can use phrases like learning the ropes. And one of the places where you said one of the challenge I faced, so that was the
The
one
challenges.
of the rule, right, that we follow. So all right, moving on to the next question, Shanta. Tell me a little bit about your me time. How do you unwind? Or sometimes we may not necessarily be too worked up, but I think as a mother, we do need days and moments where we can just do our thing. So, what makes you feel peaceful? How do you like to spend your me time?
Working for YouTube, I consider this as my me time because this is where I'm interacting with people. I'm not basically teaching them, I'm not correcting their mistakes. Or in case they have any doubts, they are free to ask me and I will be guiding them if required. But other than that, it's more about having a friendly chat, conversation, learning about each other's lives and opinions based on different topics. So that's what I do on my channel. So that is my me time. I don't consider it as I'm working or it's
Work.
my work time. I don't consider it that me time. Other than that, reels therapy. I love scrolling reels, maybe like half an hour a day. I like, and as part of my work, I do a lot of research, uh, what other content creators are doing, how they are, which
Mm.
videos are performing how. So I do that research. So all of this comes under me time.
Okay. And being a content creator now on YouTube, you also said that you do the research and you, before joining, finalizing that this is my call, you did research and you went through a lot of channels and videos, right? So, do you have a particular person that you really look up to?
I wouldn't say particular person. I would say different ideas. There's
Okay.
not like one person which I look up to, whom I look up to, and it's about which video is performing how and how they are presenting. Because I think the persons, whatever they speak, it varies video to video and how they give out the content. But I think I like Alina Rice. I like the way she speaks. So I am not sure whether you know of her, but she
Uh,
creates. Okay, she creates videos in English category. So
okay.
I like her way of speaking. Yeah. But other than that, it's usually the idea that inspires me.
Right. And, one thing you said which really struck me was that when people start something like this, a channel or an idea which they are trying to look a platform for, they do have this question in their mind that what is my USP? Because there are multiple players in the field right now, or there are multiple people who are posting similar videos. So, that question of what is my uniqueness, or what is that extra edge that I have over the existing players? Did you also go through that dilemma? Did you also have that question in your mind? And what was the answer then?
Yes, I believe there is saturation in everything that's happening these days, right? Even on YouTube, there are a lot of content creators, but
Absolutely.
again, there is room for small players as well because people always are on the lookout for new creators, new um, I think new people with whom they can relate. So I thought I will just be myself. I'll be authentic. I will not try to be someone else because that's not possible in a long run. So my intention was never that people should like me. That is why I have to behave in a certain way. It was I will be as I am at home. So I will just present myself as I am. So I think people found that very relatable, like a normal, regular homemaker. So they were able to relate with me, and maybe that is my USP. I don't know, people can personally relate with my personality. So maybe that. but I didn't spend a lot of time thinking of what is my USP going to
Mm,
be or a kind of strategy something. So I just
right.
started. That's it.
I think that's the best way to go ahead. I think if you have too many questions and if you just start looking and gauging at the pros and cons in a lot of depth, you mostly tend to step out of the decision that you have made for yourself. So I think it's a good way to go ahead. Just forget it and take the leap. Or maybe not a leap, but the step at least.
True, true,
Right.
true.
And
Yeah.
how about your children? You said you have a child or you have children? I'm sorry, I missed that.
I have two kids. My daughter is 12 years old and my son is 6 years old.
Okay. And do they watch your content on YouTube? Do they watch your videos sometimes?
Yes, my daughter also involves in a few of my short videos. So I
Okay.
take her and I make a video. So she watches, but these are usually conversations, and it is not something they will find engaging because they're more into games and they're not into like adult stuff. Like we are talking, we're having conversations, deep topics. So I don't think she can understand it yet. And it is something which will not interest them. That's natural. So, but they know that I have a channel. My son doesn't know yet because he's too much influenced by TV and vloggers. So he's
He's
always like,
too young, far too young for that.
"Oh, young and he wants to have a channel of his own." So the minute
Mm.
I say that I'm shooting and he's seeing my tripod, he says that I want to have my channel. I'm going to say this dialogue, subscribe and all of this. I'm going to say. So I don't tell him a lot about my work, but my daughter
Mm.
understands it.
Because you need to be careful because children nowadays are not listening as much as they are observing. So we need to make sure that what they observe is what we really want them to follow.
That's
Right.
right.
And also I have this discussion with a lot of my learners, that especially the ones who have children of their own, because someone who is not does not have a child will not be able to relate, of course. But I am seeing a lot of difference in this generation when it comes to being able to express themselves or being able to understand situations which seem simple but might actually be deeper. So there are times when you feel, okay, probably they're not going to understand, or even if I talk about it, they will not be able to gauge the depth of it, but they surprise you. So I want to know, as a parent, Shanta, what is that one quality? Because this generation seems to be way better than what we were, how we were, in terms of intellect, in terms of emotions, psychologically. They are very advanced and very open. We weren't that open because, of course, our parents did not know better. They were limited to some extent. That is why probably we did not get the chance to think a lot and question a lot. But this generation questions everything that is
Yes.
in front of them, right? So they are ready to take more. So if you have the ability to pass on one quality or one value that you hold very dearly, what would you like to pass on to your children?
That thing would be respect everyone, because I think children of these days they are not very respectful to elders. So I would say that is one thing I want them to definitely inculcate in themselves, that is respecting your elders, not only elders, your co-worker, like whomever, your friends, whatever. You need to respect people and especially elders, and you have to help them, because people are just watching videos nowadays and they do not know how to handle a real life situation. Like if a kid falls down from the bike, so they'll just stand there and they'll watch that
Or
nature.
probably record.
Sorry.
Or probably record.
Yes, and they'll just stand there. They're not doing anything, and they do not have that reflex that I have to go help. That natural reflex, I think that is
That
missing.
is
So I would want to like inculcate this, that respect everyone. That is one mandatory thing, and I would love to know your opinion as well.
um I beg to differ on this ground because, I feel, Shanta, to a large extent, what
Mhm.
is wrong with our generation is that when we were young, we were taught, as children, we were taught never to back answer or never to question something which has been told to us by an adult
True.
or an elderly person in the family, right? So even if the person is rude, even if the person is not talking to you nicely, or you are seeing some habits which you do not really agree with, right? Still, what were we taught by our parents was that no. You should never speak rudely. You should never back answer to them. You should never question to what they are saying. So I think that was one thing which was incorrect. And unfortunately, it has been imbibed in us so thoroughly that we are not able to step out of it. So, maintaining here that they should learn to respect the fact that people may have different opinions. I feel not just children today, even the adults, even
Yes.
the mid 20s, mid 30s, I see people, they cannot accept that there can be another opinion on the table. And it suddenly turns into an argument. People have very, very little patience nowadays. So that is something which I would like to pass on to my daughter. I have one daughter who's 10 right now, and I just tell her the same thing. Like, kindness, benevolence is one thing, definitely. So even if you are saying that, no, sorry, you are wrong, I don't agree with you, be kind in it. That's all. And respect that the other person may have a different opinion from you. It can be your bestest friend, but may
Yes.
not agree with you. So you
That's
need to respect that.
yes, that's true.
That is one thing I'd like to pass on.
Yes, yes.
Let's take one quick question before we come towards the end of the session. All right. So, tell me about one success, Shanta, that you have achieved in the recent past and you're very, very proud of.
So I would say starting my YouTube channel, that was one of the best decisions I made because the kind of respect and the kind of love I get from people in the comment section. So that is really nice. And I would say that is one of the things that I'm really proud of, having a channel of my own and being quite successful at it. And success, I don't think of it as, I just started, my videos are doing well, because YouTube you cannot predict. Sometimes there it goes really well, and sometimes you're not getting views at all. So that is difficult. But other than that, people are accepting and people know me. So
Hmm.
I was able to create an identity for my own. So I think that is pretty much successful for me.
Have you had an incident? Because I really thought that last question will be my last, but I don't know. This answer just pushed me, urged me to ask another question. Have you ever had an instance where somebody just recognized you out of the blue, came up to you and complimented, or maybe just acknowledged the fact that, your videos are really good? So, did that ever happen?
It has not happened offline, but online, yes, it has happened. And when people say we didn't know about you, but while we were having some audio sessions with somebody else from some different part of India, they told there's a man by name Shantha, she's on YouTube. So if you watch her videos, it's going to be really helpful to you. So
Wow.
when I heard that, then I thought, oh, finally people know me. So many
Yeah.
people know me from different parts of India. Wow, that's great. So that would be the instance I would like to quote here.
And one thing again that you said was sometimes the videos don't do well. Sometimes you don't get as many views as you expect, but then you know that you have carved a niche for
Yes.
yourself. You know, you people know you, or there's a certain segment of the society. So how do you measure success in something like this?
Um, See, for me, success, I do not have a concrete definition of success. It's all about learning, learning, learning. So it's never been that I've reached certain stage and I've been successful. It's not like that. For me, it is like it's likewise even with failures. It's never that I failed at doing this. It was always like this didn't work out for me. So what can I learn from this? What can I apply and not do in the future? So it has
Right.
always been like that. So I cannot particularly define that this is success
This
for
is
me. It's all.
lovely, lovely. Okay, Shanta. So that brings us towards the end of the session, right? So here, we are supposed to give you a feedback. So let me start with telling, see, you already know that your grammar is good. You are a tutor yourself. You train people and you teach them in your own way to be a better speaker. So I wouldn't get into the technicalities. You're a brilliant speaker. It was an absolute pleasure. But what made it even better was your style of talking. So you have this very calm way of presenting yourself. At no point do you sound rushed
Mhm.
or that you're trying to squeeze in too many words in a sentence or you're trying to speak a lot.
Mm.
a mile a minute sort of thing. That was not the case. So that brings a lot of calmness and tranquility in the session, where you know that you're not rushing anywhere. This is just a conversation,
Okay.
and this will definitely be very beneficial to your subscribers and all the watchers. So I would like to end the session here by wishing you all the best for your journey ahead, and really hoping to see you soon.
Thank you so much. This was much needed because I always thought I'm rushing and I'm speaking way too fast. So that is, definitely it's very beneficial that I hear from someone who is like better than me or like me to tell
Absolutely.
me, okay, this is what you're doing right or wrong. So thank you so much for your feedback.
All right, Shanta. Thank you so much for joining. Have a great day ahead and see you
You
soon.
too. You
Yeah.
too. Bye bye.
Bye.